Do whatever you're going to do over there on your channel. Talk all the shit you want to. You're right. It is America. And the same way you have the right to talk all the shit you want to talk, so do every other creator on this platform. So does every commenter and follower in the comment section. Your constitutional right, ma'am, does not trump my constitutional right. You cannot go out there and do to other people what you say is a violation of your rights to someone else. You can't go do that to other people and expect that somehow you're immune to that, ma'am. You want to cover these cases? Cover these cases. You want to be an advocate? Be an advocate. Don't do abusive behavior type shit while in the role of an advocate. Don't put children in danger while screaming you're an advocate. Don't turn the masses of the people who follow you, who are obviously just as mentally unstable as you are, in my opinion, to then go call governmental agencies and waste their time so that somehow you can win a point in this game that you call whatever it is. Practice your constitutional rights. Stand on those rights. But by God, stand on those same fucking rights when you're on the receiving end of someone else's constitutional being. I'm not mad. I am disappointed that someone who claims to be a child advocate, fuck your past, Betty. Fuck your past. I don't give a fuck about your past. But by God, stop talking about everybody else's criminal past when you have just as big, if not bigger, than most anybody. You talk about JLR has 3 felonies. Ma'am, you have 41, whatever it is, arrests. 41, 47, I'm not sure what it is. Different things are reported, in my opinion, supposedly. Quit calling people criminals when you're a fucking criminal. You know what the great thing about being a criminal is, ma'am? Is you can wake up one day and say, fuck this life. I've wasted enough of mine. Fuck taking away from this world. I'm going to give back to the world. When you wake up one morning and say, I can use all the logic and information and knowledge that I got being a piece of shit on this earth to be a good on this earth. That's what change is. Betty, you talk about God all the time. Don't you understand what grace is? Don't you understand what forgiveness is? Don't you understand what the idea of eternity is? You understand what your idea of Jesus is, that in your religion, he died for your sins. Betty, you didn't die for anybody's motherfucking sins. None. You are not Jesus. You are not a saint. You are a sinner like I am a sinner. You are a sinner like Katie is a sinner. You are a sinner like Seth is a sinner. Because in the book you believe in, it says no sin is greater than the other sin, Betty. So stop coming on here and throwing God into the equation if you're not going to practice what your God tells you to practice. Stop coming on here and calling everybody criminals when you yourself are a criminal. Now, you may not do criminal activity anymore, or at least as the last time you were in Hendersonville, but that doesn't mean that you can't change, Betty. You talk about felons like they're the scum of the earth. Some of the greatest men and women I have ever met in my life that do more outreach, that do more fundraising, that do more advocacy than anybody else I've ever met in my life are convicted felons. You know, nonprofit agencies in the inner city most often are put together by groups or people who are former criminals, felons. I guess those people are trash too, right? Right? I guess your president electee, Donald Trump, who is a felon, Betty, I guess you think the same about him, right? You want to go to all these rallies, Betty. You want to support Trump, Betty, but he's a felon. I thought all felons were bad felons. But no, no. It's just the people that stand up to your bullshit. They're the trash channels. It's just the people that stand up for the victims that are the trash channels. It's the people that don't agree with your point of view that are the trash channels. We don't have to agree on the same things. We don't have to look at cases the same. But you know the difference is none of us are going to jail for a case. None of us are trying to put ourselves in the middle of a case where you can catch a charge. It's crazy to me. Come on here, cover a case. Come on here, talk about the case. Give your ideas, give your opinions, right? Theories. Have some healthy discussions between creators. Hell, maybe you have some beef between creators. Cool. But you don't go and do the things that are going on right now. That's all I'm saying. Let me get over here real quick. Sorry, guys. I was talking.